The way we communicate has changed dramatically throughout history, a journey from simple smoke signals to the instantaneous global connections we enjoy today. Consider the earliest forms, cave paintings, perhaps the first attempts to share ideas and stories across time. These were static, relying on discovery, but they laid the foundation for all future communication. Then came spoken language, a revolutionary leap, allowing for real-time exchange of information and the development of complex societies. The invention of writing, whether cuneiform script on clay tablets or hieroglyphs on papyrus, allowed information to travel beyond the limitations of memory and geography, enabling the spread of knowledge and the growth of empires. The printing press, invented by Gutenberg in the 15th century, marked another turning point. Suddenly, books were no longer painstakingly copied by hand, making knowledge accessible to a much wider audience and fueling the Renaissance and the scientific revolution. The ability to mass-produce information led to widespread literacy and the sharing of ideas on an unprecedented scale. The 19th and 20th centuries saw an explosion of communication technologies. The telegraph, telephone, and radio dramatically reduced the time it took to send messages across vast distances. Suddenly, news could travel at the speed of light, connecting people in ways never before imagined. The development of television brought images into our homes, further enhancing the immediacy and impact of communication. The digital revolution of the late 20th and early 21st centuries has arguably been the most transformative. The Internet, email, instant messaging, social media platforms. These tools connect us to billions of people worldwide instantaneously. We can share information, images, and videos with ease, fostering global communities and facilitating collaboration on a scale that would have been unimaginable just a few decades ago. But this rapid advancement raises some important questions. The constant connectivity offered by smartphones, while convenient, can also be overwhelming and even detrimental to mental health. The spread of misinformation and the erosion of privacy are significant concerns in our digitally connected world. The very ease of communication can lead to a decline in thoughtful face-to-face interaction. Looking towards the future, the possibilities are both exciting and uncertain. Artificial intelligence is already playing a role in communication, with automated translation services and chatbots becoming increasingly sophisticated. Virtual and augmented reality technologies hold the potential to create immersive and interactive communication experiences, blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. The development of brain-computer interfaces might even allow us to communicate directly through thought, a concept that once belonged to science fiction. However, ethical considerations will be paramount. As technology advances, we need to consider the potential impact on privacy, security, and equality of access. The digital divide, the gap between those with access to technology and those without, needs to be addressed to ensure that everyone can benefit from the advances in communication. The responsible development and use of these technologies will be crucial in shaping a future where communication enhances human connection and understanding, rather than exacerbating existing inequalities or creating new forms of social division. The history of communication teaches us that technology is a tool, its impact ultimately shaped by the choices we make. The future of communication, therefore, rests in our hands. Muhahaha! We all face everyday problems. A leaky faucet, a disorganized backpack, a forgotten homework assignment. These minor inconveniences can quickly become major frustrations if we don't approach them creatively. Instead of falling into a rut of repetitive, ineffective solutions, let's explore some creative thinking strategies to tackle these challenges head-on. One powerful technique is brainstorming. This doesn't mean simply listing the first few ideas that come to mind. Brainstorming involves a free-flowing generation of ideas, no matter how silly or impractical they initially seem. Write them all down. The goal is quantity over quality at this stage. After generating a list, you can start evaluating each idea for feasibility and effectiveness. For example, if your bike tire is flat, brainstorming might lead you to consider calling a friend, using a repair kit, walking, or even using public transport. Another useful approach is to look at the problem from a different perspective. Try to step outside your usual way of thinking. Imagine you're an inventor, a detective, or even an alien encountering this problem for the first time. What would they do? This shift in perspective can unlock unexpected solutions. Let's say you're struggling to understand a difficult math concept. Instead of rereading the textbook, try explaining it to a friend, drawing diagrams, or searching for online videos that use different teaching methods. The change in approach can make all the difference. Lateral thinking is another valuable tool. This involves exploring indirect and unconventional approaches to problem solving. Instead of tackling the problem directly, consider related aspects or underlying causes. For instance, if you're constantly running late for school, don't just focus on waking up earlier. Think about the entire morning routine. Are there any time-wasting activities you can eliminate or streamline? Perhaps you can prepare your clothes the night before or pack your lunch more efficiently. Furthermore, don't underestimate the power of collaboration. Talking to friends, family, or teachers can expose you to new perspectives and solutions you may not have considered. Sometimes, simply explaining the problem to someone else can help you clarify your thoughts and identify potential solutions. This is especially helpful for complex problems that require multiple steps or different skill sets. Finally, remember that not every problem has a perfect solution. Sometimes, the best approach is to find a good enough solution, one that addresses the most pressing aspects of the problem while acknowledging its limitations. Don't get bogged down striving for perfection. Focus on making progress and learning from your experiences. Each challenge you overcome, using creative strategies, builds your problem-solving skills and confidence. So, next time you face a problem, embrace the challenge, unleash your creativity, and see what innovative solutions you can discover.